Hey guys, Dave Moore here. I want to make a quick video just on basics of the draw, how I draw, how I keep everything on target. The way I practice, obviously practice snap caps, so it's not going to hurt your striker, which wouldn't anyway, but they're good for malfunctions and reloading, because if you're actually putting a round in there, it'll release the slide lock. So I recommend getting snap caps, whether you make them or whether you buy a Zoom or whichever brand. Pretty much the way I've taught myself to draw, learned, taught, kind of found my own way, which is pretty straightforward. Ultimately, the first step is you find whatever you're shooting at, whether it's a target, whether it's person, whatever. Go to the gun. Just what I like to do is I like to slide in to the gun, that way I don't end up grabbing too high on it. So just kind of start with your thumb and get it in there. Just slide it right into place in that beaver tail. So you find your thread, get it in there. So step one, this isn't a step-by-step draw, this is just, I guess, a breakdown of the process. So get the gun. When you want to draw it, pull it out, and as soon as you draw, you want to get it pointing to your target. So ultimately, even you want to drag that front sight along the leading edge of your holster. So get it, bring it up, your support hand, weak hand, whatever you call it, you want to keep clear of the barrel. So ultimately, 1, 2, and you're just going to take your support hand and make contact with the gun while you're up here. So, pretty much like that. So get it, draw it out, then next step is just pushing it out. And what you're trying to do, you push it out. So practice enough, you can get it out there, and pretty much the gun is in front of your eyes. Whatever you're looking at, that's where your sights are going, because the Glock is based off the point of the human hand. So if you can point your finger, you're going to be there. So right on target. So really, step one, get the gun. Step two, get it facing the target, because from here you can even shoot. Being left-handed, you get casings in your face, but you can and shoot all the way out. So 1, 2, 3, boom. Pretty easy. What I recommend is definitely practicing. Whichever draw you, however you do, whatever you're comfortable with. But just practice bringing the gun up to your eyes. So come out, bring it up to your eyes. I can see exactly wherever I'm looking at. If I practice bringing the gun straight in front of me, you know that it's always going to be where you're pointing, what you're looking at. If I look, off to the side, let's say, at the wall, but I'm facing this way, I look easy. I mean, wherever your eyes looks, where the gun's going to go. So practice drawing it and then keeping it flat as you go out. So you keep it flat, it'll be a straight shot. So really easy. That's it on the draw, really. You just gotta practice all the time. While you're standing here, just look at something, practice. Remember, keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to fire. But if you're drawing and you're shooting quick, as you're going out, your finger's meeting the trigger. You should know when that trigger is going to break. So you should be able to control the weight. I know if you're under stress, you might freak out and it might go off, but that's why if you have the gun up here and it goes off, you're pointing at the target, you know where it's going. So boom, I mean, it's good. So remember, if you're in a self-defense situation, IDPA, IPSC, when you draw that gun, you're getting on target. You want your finger ready to pop that round off, because it's going to be time, either your life or time on a timer in a match. So you want to make sure that you're on that trigger and you can control that trigger. So part of trigger control, as far as not jerking the gun around, is also being able to put just enough force on there. Just enough force to where you know it's not going to break. If you can't do that, then you need to really practice that, because, I mean, that's part of it. If you're trying to save your own life and you're drawing out, you're not going to do this, then that, you're going to bring it out and you're going to be on that trigger, ready. So, do whatever works for you. Obviously, my ways aren't going to work for everybody. My ways aren't, you know, the best, but that's a draw. That's how I practice it. And you know, be smart about it. Don't. I'm not a safety ninja, but be smart about it. Anything you do doesn't work, you shoot in your wall. That's you. That's not me. You need to practice the rules. Keep your finger off the trigger till you're ready to fire. Your sights are on target. Keep your finger outside the trigger guard. All those. You need to. Number one, treat all guns as if they're loaded. If you never touch the trigger, whether the gun's loaded or not loaded, it will not go off. So, don't touch the trigger. Keep your fucking finger off the trigger until you're ready to fire. And I guarantee you, nothing bad will happen. So, that's that really. Another thing that I kind of wanted to show is grip. You want, from the draw, you want to get your hand all the way up to where that slide might nick your hand. Who cares? Hand all the way up, wrap around it, firm grip. Other hand just kind of comes in, thumbs forward, this thumb rests on the back of the other thumb. Just squeeze the gun, hold it, squeeze as hard as you can. Ain't gonna hurt it. And these fingers will just kind of rest on your other fingers. Boom. So, I'm sure you all know how to hold the gun, but just hold the gun, squeeze it. If you're shooting a 40 cal like I do, it's got a little more kick. Hold on to it, and that recoil will be reduced. So, simple. Practice it. You can know the draw in your head, but if you're not practicing it, if you're not actually working on it, you will not get that gun out of the holster, whether you're trying to save your life or whether you're in a match. So remember that. Just practice it. Practice makes perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. If you're not doing it right, if you have a question, ask me. I'll respond. But remember, slide it in, up, pew. Easy as that. So that's really it. Wearing my 1776 United Ghost Gun Operator shirt, badass shirt, rated concealment holsters, and mag pouches. Rocking beard as always. And if you have any questions, let me know. Until then, thanks for watching.